How are you, mate? Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the delay with tonight's show. Welcome to the Monday Night Club here at the Longlands. Joining me and AJT tonight is Lee Bailey, who'll give up the opportunity of being in Montenegro to appear on the show tonight. Welcome to the show, Lee.
Cheers.
Lee follows both Boro and England and is going to relive his experiences from following the Three Lions, both home and abroad, and about his time out in the World Cup last summer in Russia. So, as always, Boro fans, England fans, fans of other clubs, we'd love to hear your views and opinions, whether that be about the Boro or the national side. Scotland fans, that includes you as well. We're always up for a bit of a laugh and a joke, so get involved as well. Get involved in your Monday Night Club, everybody. So, just a little teaser to put out there, lads, before we start. Who would you rather see win this summer? Would you rather see Boro win the playoff final at Wembley, or England actually next year win the European Championships at Wembley? I'll give it to our guest first. Go on, Lee.
I've seen Boro win the playoffs before.
Yeah,
just be in party mode for a month on.
I think that's a fair point.
I'd go for England every time.
You go England. Yeah, Jay.
I've never seen us win at Wembley.
No one's ever seen Boro win at Wembley.
I've never seen England win at Wembley because obviously I've never been there in person to see it. I've never seen Boro win there, so.
Oh, sorry, I meant like I've seen us get promoted.
Yeah. To see England win the European Championship, it's unreal. But see Boro win at Wembley, I think I'd have to go Boro. I think I would have to I would have to go Boro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But listen, to win the Euros next year.
What would you go?
Oh, do you know what? It's a tour. I think we had this conversation during the World Cup last year. I think the World Cup's different because the World Cup's huge. European Championships is massive as well.
Yeah.
The thing with the Boro is, I take what you say, Lee. I've seen the Boro get promoted before, so it wouldn't be that different. It's a big thing for the Boro. But if England actually won something, like you say, I think the country would go. You got a bit of a taste of it last summer with the World Cup, and that was just
like each time we got a fair round.
Yeah, I know most people are saying the Boro here. Everyone's getting in touch. OKB Boro to win at Wembley. Jack's Vlogs has to be Boro to win at Wembley. I mean, again, that'd be a massive thing if Boro did win at Wembley, like you say, AJ. The new snipe short, I like that name. England for me to win. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. For my country, rather than watching boring football.
Maybe we have a manager and choose Boro.
Kean Finn, thanks for watching again, Kean. I think Middlesbrough need to get promoted this season. England are developing under Southgate and will be a force to be reckoned with in the next few tournaments. But it's like, how long can you wait? Because there's so many good nations out there. And everyone's saying now at the minute, England have got a really good side, maybe for the next 2 or 3 tournaments, but they are going to have to deliver somewhere.
The next 2 tournaments are our best chance we'll ever have, because the only team I'm pretty scared of is France, really.
Yeah,
the rest are all restructuring.
I think Holland are starting to come through a little bit now as well.
They've been in the doldrums for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, but they've still got like what's he called, Ryan Babel.
And look at them last night. They got back to each with Germany. This is probably one of the worst German teams for a while.
See, Germany, I don't even fear Germany no more.
I looked at Germany's team and there was 6 or 7 that I didn't have a clue where. They're only really France are scared of it.
I mean, it was interesting the other night after the Czech Republic game. Gary Lineker came out and made a comment on Twitter that we're going to have to get used to England being decent, and that we're going to finally, or he thinks we're finally going to win something. In your time, Lee, have you ever felt as though England are this close to winning something, delivering on the major stage as they are now?
Obviously, there was the World Cup one. No one expected us to go as far as we did.
No,
I think beating Colombia on penalties, people started to think, well, maybe. Yeah. Then 1-0 up against Croatia at half time.
Yeah. Just brings back the memories now. Yeah, it was 1-0 at half time. Yeah. I mean, there's no real stars in this team though, is there, AJ? It's like you look at the golden generation, which people always hark back to. Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham, Scholes.
I wonder if he won nothing as well. We had them sort of players.
Yeah, but this team now seems like a proper team, doesn't it? And they're responding well to the leadership of Southgate, aren't they?
There's more of a sort of like togetherness, and I think the togetherness sort of brings out the whole country together. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas inside, you look back at the last couple of years, where people weren't even bothered watching England games.
No,
was it at some point as well that a few years back? Wasn't there more people watching BBC One that was watching the England game? That's what I'm saying. But you go to it now, and there's more people watching the England game than ever. Really,
like you said, the Croatia game at Wembley in the Nations League.
Yeah,
best atmosphere.
Best atmosphere. I mean, I've never been to an England away game, but I've done home games now over 20 odd years. I've gone to England games at home, not all of them, but maybe 1 or 2 a season. And that atmosphere last November at Wembley was the best I've ever experienced in an England game. Because more often than not, unfortunately, it's a lot of Mexican waves going around, people making or aeroplane, seeing how far they can throw them. But that day against Croatia, it felt like almost like a club game. And the fans were proper into it and getting behind the team. And I think that's maybe come with how well the team are doing now, and everyone's getting on board, aren't they?
Yeah.
So for you, Lee, what got you into going to England games? What was it that? Because I mean, there's a lot of commitment and effort in terms of time and money that goes into it, isn't there?
Like, done a few away games with Boro in Europe.
Yeah.
And then just wanted to carry it on. Like, then from there, just went to some random games around Europe.
Right.
But then, like, Mark Stonehouse, obviously, you know, he messaged me out of the blue, do you fancy going to Estonia for, I think that was 2016 qualifier.
Right,
that was my first ever one, and since then I've been hooked.
Yeah, good stuff. He's asked why aren't you there tonight? He's in the sausage bar out in Montenegro, and he's wanting to know why you're not there, with his kebabs and all that,
I wish I was, man. I'm gutted. I've been seeing like a stream of pictures and stuff coming through social media, and I'm just sat there gutted that I'm not there.
Yeah, I know. Smoggy Carl's just saying there, he wanted to temper things a little bit there. He's saying one game at a time before we all start getting carried away with it's coming home and stuff like that. It's a fair point, but I think if you can't get excited about this current team, you're not going to, are you, really? You think that's a fair point?
Very true. That's very true. It's very true. And I think what Southgate's doing, the players he's sort of bringing in, you know what I mean? I think he's just picking the right sort of lads at the minute.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what I love to see at the minute as well. He isn't going to like the top 4 clubs and saying let's have the best out there. He's going throughout the Premier League.
Yeah.
And he's picking players from all over. You know what I mean? There's like Burnley players in there. Burnley, 17th in the league.
Yeah.
Whereas years and years ago it'd be 6 Man United players, 4 Chelsea players.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing now. You know what I mean? Everyone sort of feels like when England are playing now, everybody wants to see England play. Everybody wants to be a part of it because, like I say, the World Cup, I think, has sort of led everyone on to that sort of moment.
I think that's a good point, and I know we touched on it before we came out tonight on air, and we were saying before you had a lot of players who maybe didn't want to play for England before. There'd be a lot of cry-offs before games, especially friendlies and things like that. Whereas now you get to see lads who are maybe not in the best of form necessarily at the clubs, like we were talking about Ross Barkley.
He had a great game.
Playing great for England, and there's a lot of lads that saying, I can't afford not to play because I might never get back into this team or squad again.
Rashford at the minute, you can't see him getting back in.
No.
And that's a nice problem, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It's that's a good thing to say, yeah. I mean, we were lucky enough to have you on the programme this time last year, Lee, and we were looking ahead to the World Cup in Russia, and we spoke about some of the trepidation surrounding, like, travelling there because there'd been obviously the events in Marseille in Euro 2016. There'd been various TV documentaries before the World Cup. However, in reality, what was it like out in Russia last summer?
Best 2 weeks of my life. Like, really, the locals couldn't have been more friendly, more welcoming. Like, just helpful. It was just a big carnival. I think it helped that Russia were going far. Yeah, they even knocked Spain out in the knockout round.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that obviously helped, but it was just one big party for
yeah. And that's what it should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
No, good stuff, yeah. I mean, we also, if I remember rightly, we spoke about our expectations for what the team were going to do on the field. I think I said, if we won a knockout game, I'd be delighted it'd be a successful tournament.
I think I said the quarterfinals has to be a benchmark.
Yeah, well...
I may have said round of 16, I can't remember.
Well, it fairly exceeded that, didn't it?
Massively,
yeah. When did you start to think we could be onto something special in the World Cup last year?
Like, at the time, there was the win on penalties against Colombia. But now I look back, there's 3 points. I think the last-minute goal against Tunisia in the opening game. Because how many opening games have you seen England draw? Like,
a lot.
Like a bad watch. 0-0 was one. And then there was the Panama game, which usually we'd labour to a 2 or 3-0.
Yeah, they absolutely demolished them.
Absolutely smashed them apart.
Yeah. What about you, AJ? What did you make of that last summer, the World Cup? When did you start to believe it?
For like 2 weeks. On the session every day, the boys.
Nothing different there.
Going to work, mate, picking up a keg, going straight home, getting straight back at it, going there. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? Like the fan bars in Middlesbrough, wherever the fan park was, Central Square, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Going there, mate, and, you know, watching on the big screen, watching that penalty shootout, and you think to yourself, that last penalty England took, think to yourself, don't miss this. Because at the time we filming it, and I was thinking to myself, oh man, I remember Southgate, you know what I mean? It goes for you, and as soon as you see it going, and then after that happened, and everyone's jumping in the fountain, you think to yourself, we could be onto something here. We could be onto something here. This could be something special, and of course, the next round, but even the first game, Tunisia, you know what I mean? Sat in an office with Guesty and all them.
Yeah.
Last minute goal, you thought to yourself, there's just something about it. But as you say, I mean, semi-final, Trippier, and then from there, you know what I mean? It was over, but it felt like England achieved something, even though we didn't get to the finals.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, Joe Scott, thanks for watching, Joy. I'd say that everyone is starting to take the England national team seriously again. Jonathan Carlin's asked Ian Lee, do you remember Newham Bridge?
Yeah, I went to school with him, yeah.
Right, all right. Yeah. Nice one. Thanks for watching, Jonathan.
Always offside him.
Oh, Bernie Slaven, was he?
Yeah.
Alicia, 22, and that looks like the Scotland flag there, the old Scottish Saltire. The future is bright with some really exciting talent and a manager that's not afraid to try different things. That's not Alex McLeish, that is it? So yeah. But yeah, I mean, we almost got to the final last summer, Lee. And what were your feelings at the end of that tournament? We'd got so near, yet we hadn't reached.
I was absolutely gutted. Like I was, because I don't know what was. You were proud as well because, like I said, there quarterfinals is what I expected.
Yeah.
So like, I'd already booked a flight out for the final.
Had you really?
When we scored the second against Sweden, I was like, I'm risking it now.
Yeah.
So I was gutted, but yeah, proud overall.
Yeah. I think that was the overall.
You've been seen in Moscow as well, there, Lee, by Alicia.
Singing in Moscow, seeing you and the lads in Moscow after a few beers.
Alicia, 22.
Be anyone.
But it was a fantastic tournament, like you say, and I think as a country we've suffered a few difficult times, not just on the football pitch, the country in general suffered a few difficult times over the last decade or so. And I think for that month last summer, it seemed to bring everybody together, whether you were out in Russia or in this country. You saw all the celebrations and all the fan pack, and it was all everyone was talking about. People that weren't interested in football were absolutely buzzing about the World Cup and what the team were doing. And I think that just shows how powerful football is, doesn't it, AJ?
It felt like that with the Russian locals as well, because I was in a bar when I can't remember who the beat. And the barman was an ice hockey fan.
Right.
He didn't have a clue about football. He was telling us but that just shows, doesn't it? Like, when it's a World Cup, if your team's doing well, everyone will come together. Yeah.
No, fair point. Like I say, they had some good wins. We beat the Colombia team, and then in the quarter-final, as Ian Black mentioned, it was a comfortable win against Sweden, wasn't it?
Just like I say, man, just unreal, absolutely unreal. I'd say, you know what I mean, to be out there at Lee was and whatnot, I bet it was absolutely unbelievable. You know,
it was good at home, but to have been there, it's privileged to be there. I bet, mate. Yeah,
like, especially with how the media had built it up.
Yeah,
to see like that, it was nothing like that.
Yeah,
it was class, man. Best 2 weeks of my life.
I think in terms of tournament followings for England, that was massively down on what normally goes to a tournament, isn't it?
Like going back to the Tunisia game there, the Tunisians outnumbered us.
Yeah.
Like walking around the streets of Volgograd on the morning, there was just red Tunisian shirts everywhere. But like I think too many people fell for what the media was saying. But obviously Marseille didn't help them.
True enough. 2016. Jack Hunter, thanks for watching again, Jack. I'm so excited when I watch England now. Southgate's a legend, giving all these youngsters a chance. Huge respect to him. And Andy Barron's also asked there about Hudson-Odoi. What do you think about him? I mean, these kids, it's unbelievable. They play like with no fear, don't they?
The commentator said the other night, 18 months ago, Sancho and Hudson-Odoi were playing in the Under-17 World Cup finals.
Yeah.
So like, there's a bit of an uproar as well because Hudson-Odoi's starting tonight and he hasn't started for Chelsea. But I don't know if I'm just looking into this too much, but I think that's Southgate trying to put pressure on the big clubs in the FA, saying, look, you've got players who are good enough there, so why...
We've got to invest in them at club level. If you want them to go on to the next step of the next level, if you want them to be playing for your country and delivering in major tournaments, they've got to get game time.
I hope the FA don't crumble to the big clubs. I hope the back Southgate.
Yeah. I mean, as impressive as the World Cup was last summer, AJ, we then went on to a Nations League group, which we then won, which had Croatia in it and Spain in it.
Yeah.
So that, again, just highlights the progress and the ability in the current England team, doesn't it?
One of the most confusing leagues, tournaments. Nobody got the red round.
I still don't think anyone knows.
I don't know what it's all about. Group A goes to a final next year in Brazil or something silly. But even them 2 games alone, I remember Spain. I remember watching that game and thinking, how far advanced we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were unlucky that night at Wembley as well.
Yeah.
We got robbed.
Away from home against Spain. That first goal, whether it was from the back, play from the back, and we're not under pressure. And of course, you see Sterling's goal, and you just think to yourself, that's the Southgate effect.
Yeah.
Start from the back, play it nice and easy, and just have trust in each other.
That is what Spain were doing to teams like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. No, and I think that's it. I picked up on that the other night when they played Czech Republic. I know we talked earlier on, AJ, and there was parts of the game where it did go a little bit quiet, but you're not going to dominate games for 90 minutes. But it's almost as though now we are like what Spain were 5-6 years ago, where we can absolutely overwhelm teams with the speed and the pace in the team. And it just like batters them into submission. And I thought that's what we did the other night.
The Czech Republic, when you're just seeing that through a ball, just in behind, nobody's seeing it coming. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The lads knew that one was made. The ball went through. Nobody on TV seeing it. One ball across Sterling, 1-0. It's you know what I mean? It's exciting. And listen, you know, if you're going to go win a trophy, if you're going to go win the Euro Championships, I'll jump in the river. I'm not bothered. You know what I mean?
You never out that river, you mate.
I said it for the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? If you know what I mean, if Boro go get the triangle corner flags, I jump in it. I jump in it. But if you do it, if you're gonna win it next year, then you never know. I might even jump off the arch. I don't know. You decide.
Yeah. Jacob Ross, thanks for watching, Jacob. He's asked, what's your opinion on Declan Rice? What do you make of his transfer of allegiance from Ireland to England?
I don't think it should be allowed. Me once you've declared for one team, I think that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point.
Obviously, he looks like a decent player. And good luck to him, but he'd actually played games for Republic of Ireland, hadn't he? So,
yeah.
For me, that's like, that's a no-go. Shouldn't be there for me.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Dino Smoggy, are Dyer and Henderson good enough to be in the England team?
Dyer, oh my days.
I think that's Dino owns that.
Is it Dino? Dino?
I don't know how Eric Dyer keeps getting in this team, I'll be completely honest. I don't... Sometimes I watch him and I'm impressed. There's other times I watch him and I think, why are you on the pitch for? But I think Declan Rice coming through, I think him breaking into the England team, that's going to put pressure on them both. So you never know.
And that's not a bad thing that he's putting pressure on these players.
I think he's been restricted, Southgate, because centre midfield's where we have been weak. So he's having to play the two of them. Where there isn't, you don't need to play two of them, especially at home against certain teams. Away from home, fair enough. Maybe. But I won't have a bad thing said about Dyer for that last minute goal.
The penalty.
No, sorry.
The last minute goal against Germany in the friendly. No, he got that penalty against Colombia.
I mean, that as well.
True.
And I'll be honest, I'm a fan of Jordan Henderson. I like Jordan Henderson.
I'm not a fan, but he's like shut me up recently.
He's a decent player. He does a good job, and I thought he was outstanding in the World Cup, apart from that penalty against Colombia. But I think he's a good player, Jordan Henderson. But I know a lot of people are maybe.
I think if Phil Foden can start getting game time at City, I think you'll see one of them drop down.
Yeah, and I think you're right there. He's the next one you expect to come through now, don't you, Foden? But he's got to be looking at Sancho and Hudson-Odoi and thinking, like, is it worth me moving? It's no good having the odd game in a Carabao Cup game. He needs to start playing week in, week out.
It annoys me that it annoys me. Like Jack Grealish is another one, isn't it? And he said apparently if Jack Grealish has played the Premier League,
I still think there's like 5 or 6 ahead of him, even if he was playing in the Premier League. And you need to see how he plays in the Premier League first. And it's a nice dilemma to have. Like when you think someone like Jack Grealish, you think, well, he can't even make the 23. And you're thinking, well, there you go. We didn't have that problem 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, as you say, bodes well for the future. You've got Jadon Sancho's turned 19 today. Hudson-Odoi's 18. Yeah, you've got a team of veterans like Harry Kane, 25. But you still think he's got at least another 4 or 5 years. Raheem Sterling's 24. Dele Alli, 22. Is that all Sterling's 24?
24 Sterling.
It's
Franklin's
own house.
He hasn't even hit his peak yet.
Yeah, we should be looking, like you say, maybe over the next 4 tournaments, we've got to be delivering something. And I'm not just talking to Nations League. We've got to be looking at a European Championship or a World Cup.
If we win that, though, if we win the Nations League, I think then the expectation was might go to go and win the Euro Championship.
Yeah, and I think you're right. And the thing is, the Euros, the year after, the semi-final and the finals here. So again, it's all loaded in your favour. If you've got a semi-final, if we get to that stage and you're playing at Wembley.
Both at Wembley as well?
Yeah, both semi-finals and the final are at Wembley. So
it's 2 of our 3 group stage games are at Wembley.
So realistically, we should be the...
I think if we win the group, I think the first knockout round's in Dublin.
Yeah.
So we'll take plenty over there.
Yeah. Weekend in Dublin then, that's sorted.
Yeah. Declan Rice fan club will be out in Forsworth. What do you put the success down to, though? Because it's not something that's just happened overnight, Lee. Why do you think we've all of a sudden become a successful football nation?
He's stuck to his philosophy, hasn't he? But saying that, like, he has changed when he needs to. He was playing 5 at the back, once over one. Now he's changed to the 4-3-3. I think he knows the youth players. He's been there through the FA setup. He knows who's coming through. And he's not bothered like what the press and what the media will say. He's actually got them on side now. Because some managers, I remember when was it Sven took Walcott?
Yes, to the World Cup 2006.
He got butchered for it. Where like Southgate doesn't even. He's not bothered. He's almost won the press over. They're on his side now. So, and I think it's running through all the age groups as well. If you look, we're having success through all the age groups now. We're winning tournaments, and it just breeds success and it breeds confidence. So you look at Germany and Spain. That's what they have done the last few years. They've cleaned up at youth level, and now it looks like it's hopefully our turn. It's an
interesting point made there by someone there. He says Hudson-Odoi should be in the squad. maybe not obviously start for Chelsea, so why isn't Jack Grealish in it, sort of thing? But
it's two different levels, though. Like Hudson-Odoi's still playing in the Europa League, which is probably as much good a level as a Championship.
Yeah,
and obviously Southgate.
And he's playing alongside better players, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of it's attitude as well, and I think I'm questioning whether Grealish has the attitude. Although this year he's got the captain's armband to fill, and he has come along, but I think he's still got some way to go for me to prove that he's an England international. Yeah. He's got to put it in the Premier League for me. I wouldn't even question him yet. Like wait till he gets in the Premier League first.
Yeah, and I think he's got time on his side. He's a good enough player, but he needs to make that next step up. I think. Yeah. Anyway, enough talking about England and where they're going in the future. Important questions are things like this from Gazooks. What's the best England kit ever? What's your best ever England kit?
I like the Italian 91.
The Italian 90 ones were classics. I think all three, the white one, the blue one and the red one.
I've got the blue one, I love that.
Yeah,
it's my favourite one.
Kits. My first one, I remember owning was the reversible one.
Was that an away one? Was it? Or was it?
It was white one. It was white on one side. You reversed it, didn't you? You know.
Oh yeah, it was like that was 2000.
The reversible top.
That was 2004. Was it Euro 2004?
Yeah, Umbro won it. I remember that was sponsored. And then
that was probably the last time we were a decent team as well.
Yeah.
Until now.
And then the red one with the England sort of. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
And the England badge on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And across that one as well. All right.
No, they have had some decent kits over the years. They have. Yeah. So in the past, people used to complain when it was international breaks coming round saying, I hate this, it's boring. I think Boro fans, we've been quite relieved the past week when international breaks come round. Do you think that's starting to change now, or do you think it's just people are just saying, oh yeah, I'm enjoying it because England are doing well?
I think England played every week, I wouldn't be bothered. Like, I just say happy days.
I think
at this moment in time.
I think people are enjoying watching England again.
Yeah, definitely.
Like 80,000 was in Wembley for the game against Chelsea. There's not many Europeans. Like you look, Holland had 35,000.
Yeah.
So I think people are happy of watching England again.
Yeah, exciting times coming back, aren't they? Exciting times coming back.
It is, mate. So prediction for tonight's game: Montenegro away. We won our first game 5-0 against Czech Republic Friday night. You say we should beat them. We've played them twice away before and drew both games, so we've never won in Montenegro before, and
it'll be a brutal atmosphere.
I think it will be.
Fans on top of the pitch as well.
It's almost like an FA Cup third round game, or an FA Cup fourth round game away to Newport County. Yeah, we know what happens.
Newport all over again, pouring rain.
Be tough.
I think it'll be tight. I think especially winning 5-0, bit of complacency might step in. Be happy with 1-0, mate.
Yeah, I would
be happy with 1-0.
I'm going with Boro Youth. Spot on there, mate. I'm going 2-1 to England.
I'm going to go for.
Concede?
I think we'll let one in tonight. Yeah.
I'm going to go for a 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, I don't see us slipping up tonight.
I don't think we'll slip up, but I think it'll be tight. I think if you win this, there's 6 points from your opening 2, and then you're pretty much on course. Then,
if
we can get 2 pretty early, go into the break 2-0, get over in the second half. It's over.
I think arguably this would be probably our toughest game in the group tonight. I really do. I think Montenegro might be the team that finishes second.
Yeah, that's
Czech Republic didn't impress me at all.
Nothing.
Bulgaria, I think it could be between Bulgaria and Montenegro. Montenegro got a draw in Bulgaria tonight. And I think these might be the second best team in the group. So I think if we win this tonight, it's more or less done and dusted that we've won the group. You never know what Kosovo might bring to the party, but you don't know. But
they've got him who plays for Swansea. He scored past City. He's Kosovan.
Yes, that's
guaranteed to score past us.
Yeah, but I think I can see us winning this group. It certainly will if we win tonight. Yeah. Jack doesn't like cheese. I thought I said Chelsea there. I don't like Chelsea. I'm not bothered about cheese. Am I the only one who hates playing at Wembley? Being from Barnsley, it's hard to get to Wembley. We should make a stadium in Manchester and we play in both and play the FA Cup semi-finals there as well. That's a different subject, which I'm totally with you on that, Jack, about the FA Cup semi-finals. For me, they shouldn't be played at Wembley. They should be at neutral venues.
Villa Park and Old Trafford.
The semi-finals were always better when they were at neutral grounds, in my opinion, rather than going to Wembley for a semi-final. It just cheapens the whole thing, doesn't it? As for team, you've obviously experienced it, Lee, and I've gone to grounds around the country as well, watching England. Wembley, I think the atmosphere is getting better, but I do think it deserves to go around the country.
Yeah, of course. Like grounds. Spain do it and Germany do it. There's talk of the Kosovo game being held at Ashton Gate.
Right.
So obviously the FA think 80,000, it'll be a struggle to sell that many tickets against a low team like Kosovo. But it's a nightmare going down, like, especially midweek, because the last train terminates at Doncaster.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a killer for us lot up north.
Yeah.
You'd think the FA would subsidise an extra train or something.
And you're not talking about one or two fancy. I know hundreds of lads from up this way in the north that go to like the northeast that go to England matches.
There's loads from the northeast in Yorkshire. There's tons who go down.
Yeah, just a little bit of thought should go into it, shouldn't it?
I think so. It's like the FA are loaded, man. One train, extra train, they subsidise it. It should be sound that, but no chances at all.
Not at the minute, no. Anyway, unfortunately, lads, we're going to have to start talking about the Boro again. Okay.
I'll see you later then.
End of the weekend, it's a massive game against league leaders Norwich City at the Riverside, as we're looking to get our season back on track. The lads will be previewing the game more in depth during the week, but I think it's vital, isn't it, AJ, that we see a positive reaction, not only to losing 3 in a row, but that performance at Villa, which was really a no-show. What are you expecting on Saturday against Norwich?
We have to turn the corner now, Archie. We have to turn the corner. Maybe we have to, it's cliche or whatever, but you know, maybe we have to put them results behind us now. The Villa disaster and anything else going into that one.
Yeah.
If we get beat off Norwich, I feel the worst at the end of the season. But I do think we can get something. I really do, and it isn't me being delusional.
No.
It's just, you've seen it so much from Boro. Whether Boro going to bad run, play a big team, you beat them. And that's how I tell it turns our season.
Yeah.
It's going to go one or two ways. You know what I mean? Either we're going to show them too much respect and they're going to batter us, or we're going to actually turn up. Like, almost like the Leeds game.
I think it'll be a bit like that, yeah.
And just go on the full 90 minutes and just give them a real good game. And then, you know what I mean? But I do see Boro getting something, I really do.
I hope you're right, mate. Lee, what about you? What are you expecting Saturday?
I can't see anything other than a routine 2-0 for Norwich.
Really?
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong, but I keep expecting them to slip up and they're not.
They've been consistent all season, haven't they? I think since they beat us in September, they were struggling when we went there. Yeah, they beat us 1-0, and their season's just turned since then, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, that came out and said they won't get over 3 points all season.
Yeah.
You know,
another good prediction of yours, mate. Spot on.
Well done, AJ.
Yeah, Norwich will have too much for us. Plus, our home form is horrendous.
It is terrible.
I take all that on board, but I'm with you, AJ. I just think on Saturday there will be a reaction, and I just think
there has to be a turnaround.
There's 9 games to go, and I just think we're still, for all its doom and gloom, and I get that as well because I know it's not been a great season. We're still in a playoffs spot. We're 5th in the league. It's still ours to lose. We've got 5 games at home. Home form hasn't been great. As well, haven't we? Game in hand, which is Bristol City next Tuesday. But it's still there. The playoffs are still there for the taking for us. Jacob said there, I think it's a good thing that we've got Norwich. We tend to gate crash promotion parties. So I just think they've won. I think they've won 6 in a row, Norwich. And they've won 6 in a row. And I just think Saturday's game, hopefully they've had a few players away on international duty. They might be feeling it a little bit. I know we've got 1 or 2 away as well. But I just think it's an ideal game for us. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is we're the late kick-off. So obviously fixtures are being played before we are. We could end up being something like about 9th in the table before that game, which heaps on more pressure, doesn't it?
Absolutely does. But I say, mate, something's got to change. It has to. You know what I say, but I say, you know what I mean? It could just be a routine 2-0 Norwich, and that's the thing I feel for the most.
Quite an early goal, kill any sign of atmosphere, and then they'll just play with us and get
whatever,
so we've got to fly out the traps, haven't we, on Saturday?
It's got Leeds all over again, but just don't get complacent. You know what I mean? Try and tighten up on the set pieces. Try and tighten up whenever they're attacking you. And like I say, man, you know, you beat Norwich and then Boro go on a run. Or you lose to Norwich and you people
just puts
win
on more pressure than against Bristol City, doesn't it?
Maybe Boro win 2 games of the 9 and then ends mid-table and it's a disaster. Or you could go the other way, you know what I mean? Boro gets to the playoffs. But as I said before, we get to the playoffs, you have to win them. Simple as that.
Mr. 9, if we play 1 forward, we will lose. I would love to see Van La Parra get a run in.
Where is he?
What has happened?
Where is he?
I mean, he's been tweeting stuff, showing his goals he scored for Huddersfield, hasn't he, and stuff like that. Don't believe everything you hear and stuff like that. So he's obviously not very happy, and I don't think he's going to feature much for us at all between now and the end of the season. So I don't know. Boro Youth, Vanished Van La Parra. That's a good name, right? Vanished La Parra. But so Boro fans, if you're going on Saturday to, thanks for correcting me there, somebody corrected me there, it's the Captain Cook Stadium or something, isn't it?
Why has it changed?
I just think it's because it's on Sky, isn't it?
Is there no real meaning behind it? Is there no real...
It's Celebrate Teesside Day, isn't it? So there's all sorts of different things going on, but yeah, it's the Captain Cook
Stadium for me for that day. Yeah. That's why I'd call it after Ali Brownlee, but that's my own opinion.
Yeah, so that's where we're at on Saturday, not the Riverside, but whatever it's called, if you're going on Saturday, Boro fans, get behind the team. What's gone on in the past has gone on. We can't change that now. We've got to look at these next 9 games. We all want a positive outcome to this season. Hopefully, first of all, that means getting into the playoffs. So we do our bit, as we always do as fans. We'll get behind them on Saturday, support them. It's then down to the players and Tony Pulis to produce their side of the good. So if we do our bit, nobody can have a go at us. So that's what we've got to do Saturday, isn't it, mate?
100%. 100% agree with you there, mate. 100%.
Nice one. Well, lads, we're out of time. It's about 30 minutes or so to kick off now for the England game. Thanks for joining us on the show tonight, Lee. Pleasure to have you on again. If you'd like to get involved like Lee has, get on the show. Get in touch with us here at Boro Fan TV. We always want new fans to come on, join us and have a chat about their experiences supporting Boro or whichever club they support. You're always welcome to come and join us. From us here at the Longlands tonight, AJ, myself and Lee, thanks again. Oh, yeah. Special announcement. Forgot about that, didn't I? Special announcement.
Tell them.
I thought you were going to announce it.
I can announce it. I mean, we can both announce it. Basically, Shotton AFC, whereabouts Lewis Wings started his career. Former club, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Former club, Lewis Wings. Boro Fan TV. We're going to get everyone fit, including myself. And we're going to take on Newcastle Fans TV. 2nd of June, charity game. 2 charities involved. The Boro, we are playing for the Gary Parkinson Trust, and Newcastle are playing for the Bobby Robson Foundation. I'd say, I'm sure Tickets everything else will be all over the Boro Fan TV in later date. For right now, the earliest bit of it is this.
Yeah. So 2nd of June, that is Sunday the 2nd of June. It's a charity game between ourselves and Newcastle United. It's a charity game,
but realistically, it's Boro v Newcastle.
Yeah, still a Tyne-Tees derby. We'll have just to see us play football. Just try and play.
We won't lose either.
Shildon's ground at Dean Street.
Tell you now, we will not lose this game. I will not allow it to happen.
What are you going to do?
Oh, gee, trust me, mate. We will not lose this game.
Oh, God, I don't know about that.
We will not lose this game.
No, we're not going to lose this game.
We're not going to lose
the derby game. No.
I've said many things in the past that have come back to bite me on the backside, but this one, I'm being serious, that we will not lose this game.
Who's playing for us then?
Well, you're in the team.
Yeah, who's playing for us then?
But yeah, there you go. So, more details will be on our Twitter and on our Facebook.
Yeah, just keep your eyes peeled to stuff like that. And like I say, as well as a bit of a laugh watching us play football and various other supporters and stuff, it's for 2 really great charities, the Bobby Robson Foundation and the Gary Parkinson Trust. So, causes close to everybody's heart in the North East. So, yeah, if you can get yourselves involved and come and watch the game, or if you want to play, I know we're still looking for 1 or 2 more players possibly. Get in touch with us. Like I say, it's a couple of months away, so you need to get yourself sorted out, because we're going to get ourselves sorted out now, and we fitness-wise.
Yes.
Just 1 or 2 pints and a kebab.
Back on the strawberries today, on the strawberries and raspberries. So, you know what I mean? A little bit of claim there, but don't mention that.
Yeah, you know what they say, strawberries and donkeys, yeah. All right then, so from the Longlands Club, AJT, Lee and myself, thanks again for watching. Have a good night. Come on, England, and up the Boro.